Hi there, hello there, my name is Craft, and Minecraft has had several game drops released for the past 2 years now, with one more on the way at the end of the year. Each of these game drops are supposed to be minor updates without a big theme tying them together. Some of these updates are really small, but others are filled with content. And I feel like we already have plenty of content from these game drops to look at, which made me want to go ahead and rank the ones that we have in a tier list. We have 7 drops total to look through, 8 if you count the upcoming Mounts of Mayhem drop, which, hey, I might as well. So with all that said, let's mine down into this ranking. Okay, let's start off with the first drop that was ever released, the Bats and Pots, which only really changed the bats and the pots. Bats have a new model. It's very, very cute. I like it. Although I don't really encounter bats enough to actually notice it. So it might as well just be like a non-existent feature. Meanwhile, the pots, they can now store items. They can now store up to like a stack of like a specific item. And then also it has redstone output. So I know that some people have been getting like some redstone use out of it, which is good. Me personally, I think if this was a bad start, this was like a really like piss poor start to the whole game drop system. Thankfully, things have improved since then, but yeah, this one's just kind of like C tier. At least pots can be used in redstone, but it's just kind of meh, just kind of whatever. Alright, the next one is the Armored Paws drop, which this one, it gave us new wolves. It also gave us armor for the wolves, and people like dogs. And yeah, this one gave them just new dogs to play around with, to collect. It's like Pokemon, you can collect all the dogs. But then the other thing that this drop introduced is armadillos. And if you have a base in a savanna biome, these things are fucking pests. I hate them. Like, they're literally just spawn everywhere, and they'll spread scute everywhere. And so it just like leads to a lot of scute that's on the ground, and the more items that are on the ground, the more that the game lags, in which that's not good. So this one for me is also just kind of C tier because it just introduced a very, very invasive species. Alright, the next one, Bundles of Bravery. Now, Bundles of Bravery I do like, because the bundle item is very useful. I know it saved me a lot of time and just like sorting items whenever like I'm on big adventures. And as far as Bedrock Edition, it brought in Hardcore mode, which is a good difficulty mode. And I feel like it was just like a really good addition. But for Java Edition players, it's kind of not good because the only thing that this drop adds is the bundle, and that's it. So from that perspective, it's just kind of meh. It's just like, okay, we got one thing. Yay. So bundles, I'm gonna put them into B tier because they're actually like a really, really useful item. But yeah, it's just one useful item added. Next up, we got the Garden Awakens, which introduced a very spooky biome, which honestly I really like the spooky biomes. I feel like that's like my bread and butter. Like I personally enjoyed like the Deep Dark when that was introduced into Minecraft. And yeah, this is no exception. This is like just a nice spooky biome with a nice spooky mob in the form of the creaking. And I vibe with it. I just vibe with it. Then also just a really pretty wood type. We got the Pale Oak Wood. And it's just the most versatile wood that we've gotten in a long time. Like, it's not like a specific color, it's just like neutral white. But that goes with so many different builds that it's just like, it's worth going like the thousands of blocks just to get it. Or waiting for a wandering trader to have it in their inventory. And yep, it's more than worth it, I'd say. Also, resin is also a good building block. I like how bright orange it is. It's like a nice vibrant orange. And overall, as far as like all these drops goes, this one's the most underappreciated one. Because of how rare the biome is, not many people are gonna like go out and like find it or anything. But me personally, I really enjoy this drop. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in like A tier, like a strong A tier sort of drop that I really enjoy. Next up, we have Spring to Life, which is also a good drop. It introduced a lot of mob variations, which, you know, I'm always gonna advocate for. We need more mob variations in Minecraft just so that it can be, like, visually, like, interesting. And we also got some more plant life in the form of, like, bushes, cactus flowers, firefly bushes. Those are really good, too. But for me, the most useful feature added in this drop is the leaf litter, which can actually act as a fuel source. And since it's easy to get a lot of it, you can actually use it, like, as a very reliable fuel source. And even if you do run out, you can just make more with leaves. You can just put those in a furnace, smelt them, and they're now leaf litter. And so you can use 100% of the tree as fuel. You can use both the leaves and the logs. That's actually really, really good for both early game, and if you want to put together a farm, it's good in that way as well. So this one is gonna go in A tier as well, because I just really think it's a strong feature. And the other features are fine as well, but in comparison, it's just like, it's whatever. Chase the skies, chase the skies. This was the drop that introduced vibrant visuals, wasn't it? So, of course, the entirety of Minecraft now looks different. But again, only for Bedrock. Java has been excluded, so this might as well not be a feature, you know? But the main focus was the happy ghasts. So the happy ghasts themselves, I actually haven't really played around with yet, so unfortunately, my opinion on this drop is a bit skewed. I do know that the best part of this drop was actually easier crafting of leads, and then actually making saddles craftable. Like, those two features alone already make this like one of the best drops of all time. And yeah, because of that, I have to put Chase the Skies in S tier, because it was just like, it's a nice quality of life change, you know? Of all the drops, it just added quality of life. It just made the game better in a way, you know? Alright, next drop, the Copper Age. You already know where I'm gonna put this one. But let me actually explain myself, because aside from the obvious, I actually really do like the new additions to like the other copper blocks and tools and armor. Like tools and armor, I remember I drafted up like a concept art for like copper tools, and I was thinking like, oh, it would be cool if like Mojang came up with this idea on their end as well, and they did, so I'm happy about that. And then also just like the new like copper decoration blocks are really cool. I've been having fun toying around with those in creative mode. I think I might do an update video on my main creative world with using those blocks. And then also just the shelf block, which has been like the best decoration block ever introduced as far as like the community feedback. Like a lot of people have been making like these nice intricate builds like with the shelf block in mind, because it's essentially just like a vertical slab that can also display items on it. Someone introduced gambling to Minecraft because of this thing, and that's funny. But of course I gotta talk about my lovely boy, the Copper Golem. Oh wow, it's just, it's so good to have them in the game now. I've been having lots of fun just making copper golems, just having them walk around in the world, doing stuff, and like having them sort through items, because they can now actually act as like a basic sorting system. And then of course the community is gonna like try and make it more efficient, which they have, and it's been fun to watch that. But also it's just fun to watch them walk around. Like, look at them, they're cute. Thank you, Mojang, for finally listening to the community and adding them back. I'm super grateful for that. And yeah, S tier it will be, because for me personally, of all these drops, the Copper Age is my personal favorite. I believe Chase the Skies is just better for like quality of life, but the Copper Age is my favorite. And so they can both be an S tier, and I'm happy with that. Now with this one, Mounts of Mayhem, since it's not officially out yet, it's still in like snapshots and things can still change over time. This one I'm gonna have to just put in B tier for now. Although for what we do know and what we've been able to test, I've actually enjoyed it a lot, because the spear item, very nice. I like that it's like momentum based, and it essentially brought jousting into the game. And then of course the underwater rideable mob, the Nautilus, I think that's fun and creative. It's essentially the Happy Gas but for underwater, which it seems easier to get at least. Like you don't have to go to the Nether to try and find these things. And then the Zombie Horse, which used to be a creative mode exclusive, is now being brought over to survival mode, and that's fun. And so now people can try and collect all the different types of horses, like skeleton, zombie, normal. Yeah, overall, this one just seems like it's adding a lot of fun to the game. Like it's just adding fun features for the community to play around with, and I enjoy that. We'll see what else gets added to that drop over time, but I feel like no matter what they end up adding, I feel like B tier is going to be like a good spot for it to be in. And yeah, like, Just this layout, this whole ranking, it feels fair. It feels fair. And it's also interesting to see that, like, as these drops have released, they've gone better and better in quality, and it's good to see that they're actually doing good now. And I just enjoy the upward momentum Mojang seems to be having right now. So yeah, that's my ranking. Do you agree with my ranking? Let me know how you'd rank them in the comments. I'd like to see your thoughts as well. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and that's gonna be it for me today. I'm outta here.